Hello everyone, welcome to How-FixIT. If your iPhone 13 Pro Max's battery health is less than 80%, or you're noticing it's draining fast, it might be time to replace the degraded battery. In this step-by-step guide, I'll show you how to safely perform a battery replacement and restore your iPhone's battery life. But before we get started, let's go over the tools you'll need. A screwdriver set, plastic pry tools, tweezers, a suction cup, the screen disassembly tool that makes it easier to remove the screen, waterproof sealing tape, and battery adhesive strips. Links to all tools and parts are in the video description below. For the best results, I advise using a magnetic mat to organize screws and small parts throughout the disassembly process, especially for repairing a device like an iPhone 13 Pro Max. This will make the reassembly much easier, and you don't have to worry about the screws getting lost. They will all securely adhere to the magnetic mat. So, let's get started. Power off your iPhone. Use the pentalobe screwdriver to remove the two screws located at the bottom of the iPhone. Using a hairdryer or a heat gun, apply heat to the bottom edge of the iPhone for about 1 minute. This softens the adhesive, making it easier to separate the screen, but be cautious not to overheat the phone. Attach a suction cup near the bottom edge, pull up gently, and insert the blade edge into the gap. Apply firm, steady pressure to create a slight gap between the screen and the body. Insert a plastic spudger into the gap to begin separating the screen from the adhesive. If the adhesive is stubborn, apply more heat. Carefully slide the plastic spudger around the edges of the iPhone to separate the adhesive seal, taking extra care not to insert the spudger deeply to avoid damaging internal components. Next, heat the top edge of the iPhone. This step is crucial as the adhesive near the front sensors is particularly strong. Gently slide the spudger around the top right corner. Be careful not to insert the spudger more than 3 mm to avoid damaging the sensors. Slowly open the iPhone like a book, but don't fully separate the screen yet. Ribbon cables are still connected to the mainboard. Remove the screws securing the battery and display connector covers. Use a plastic spudger to pry the battery and display connectors. Remove the screen. Use a Phillips screwdriver to remove the screws securing the loudspeaker. Gently lift the loudspeaker out of the iPhone. Next, pry up the Taptic engine cable with a spudger, remove the screws, and lift out the Taptic engine. Four adhesive strips hold the battery in place, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. To remove the battery, grab the black pull tabs of the adhesive strips with tweezers and pull slowly toward the bottom of the iPhone. Be patient and pull steadily to avoid breaking the strips. If an adhesive strip breaks, apply a small amount of isopropyl alcohol under the battery and wait a minute before gently prying up the battery using a plastic spatula. Remove the battery. I have included links to the new battery for the iPhone 13 Pro Max in the video description below. Reinstall the Taptic engine and loudspeaker by securing them with the same screws you removed earlier. It's time to install the battery. Attach fresh adhesive strips to the back of the battery. Carefully position the battery into the iPhone, ensuring the connector lines up perfectly with the socket on the main board. Press down gently to secure the battery. Before reassembling everything, reconnect the display and battery cables, and power on your iPhone to test the new battery. But please note, connect the display cables first, then the battery cable. If you see an important battery message stating, "Unable to verify this iPhone has a genuine Apple battery," don't worry. This message can appear even with an original Apple battery. It won't affect performance, but you won't be able to view the battery's maximum capacity in the battery health section. If you're wondering how to remove the battery service message on your iPhone, I'll be covering that process in another tutorial. You can find the link to that tutorial in the video description below. Now that we've confirmed the battery is working, let's restore water protection and complete the reassembly. To restore your iPhone's waterproofing, apply new adhesive waterproof sealing tape around the frame. But first, remove old adhesive tape. Clean off any old adhesive using isopropyl alcohol and a cotton swab. This is also important for better adhesion of waterproof sealing tape. Carefully align the new sealing tape and press it into place with a spudger. Peel off the liner to expose the adhesive. Reconnect the display and battery cables, but please note, connect the display cables first, then the battery cable. Press the screen down firmly along the edges to ensure the adhesive is secure. Finally, reinstall the 2 screws near the charging port to complete the assembly. If you found this guide helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more tech repair guides. Visit our website for more tech insights and do-it-yourself guides. Remember, every tech challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. That's it. You've successfully replaced the battery in your iPhone. You were on How-FixIT. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.